Hello, my name is DCC. Today's video is 1 to 99 farming guide in old school Runescape. Before the video starts, consider subscribing to my channel for future uploads. Thank you guys, that really means a lot. Farming is a very profitable skill in old school Runescape to train, even from low levels. Farming as a skill is very slow and can take a lot of months to get a decent level, but it doesn't have to be tedious or very time consuming skill. And I will show you guys how you can train farming and enjoy it. First of all, farming is a skill in which players plant seeds and harvest crops. The crops grown range from vegetables, herbs and hops to wood-bearing trees, cacti and mushrooms. The harvested items have a wide variety of uses and are popular for training herblore and cooking. Many players sell their harvest for significant profit. Before we talk about the training, we must know that there are items that you must bring with you to train this skill. And the most important items are rake, spade, watering can, seed dibber, gardening trowel, and magic secateurs. If you have completed Fairy Tale Part 2, Growing Pains. The magic secateurs are very good item to have because when equipped, the magic secateurs increase the crop yield of herbs, allotments, grapevines, and hops by 10%, as well as yielding more higher quality herbs from herbivores. All of these items, not including magic secateurs, can be bought in farming shops across the Runescape. The best option if you just started training farming would be to go to the farming shop at Sarah's farm south of Falador that sells various farming items and buys certain crops. Okay, so let's go to the farming patch and let's choose, for example, Ardougne Herb patch. What any player will do when they begin training this skill is to rake away the weeds from one of the many farming patches found scattered around Runescape. Once cleared, players have the option of applying compost to the patch, which will decrease the chance of the crop becoming diseased, and will also possibly increase the yield of the crop once it reaches maturity. Players can also cast the Fertile Soil spell from Lunar Spellbook at any point during the plant's growth cycle to apply Super Compost. Each crop tile has a chance of becoming diseased. Treating a farming patch with Compost, Super Compost or Ultra Compost before or immediately after planting a crop reduces the chance of disease during all growth cycles. Compost reduces disease risk by 50%, Super Compost by 80% and Ultra Compost by 90%. The risk of a plant becoming diseased without any treatment varies depending on the crop, and in some cases the specific patch. My recommendation is to always use Ultra Compost because it will help you to level up your farming skill faster and you will be happier if your crops won't die every time you come to harvest. Believe me guys, it is really sad to see your crops die every time you come. A lot of players have a goal to eliminate the disease risk, so they do diaries like with the elite tier of Falador diary completed. The tree patch in Falador Park will no longer become diseased. So you don't need to waste your compost anymore or pay a fee to a gardener. As well, you can gain 50% Hasidious favor and that will eliminate the disease risk entirely of the Hasidious allotment, herb and flower patches. Another great option for experienced players are to complete My Arm's Big Adventure and making friends with My Arm quests. Because after you completed those quests, you get special patches where they are immune to disease and you can plant more expensive seeds. Yeah, because you know that they won't die. Don't forget that you will still need to apply Super Compost for better yield. Okay, so I think I don't need to talk more about this skill because you know enough. Let's get started with the actual training, but of course guys, if you want to know more, leave your questions in the comment section down below. I will be more than glad to answer those. I also want to include that there are quests that you need to complete for faster experience and faster runs, such as Tree Gnome Village, access to Spirit Trees for transportation, the Grand Tree, access to Spirit Tree in the Gnome Stronghold, if you have completed the Tree Gnome Village quest, and access the Gnome Glider transportation system. Fairy Tale 1 Growing Pains, rewarded with the magic secateurs, as I said. Fairy Tale 2 Cure a Queen, access to Fairy Ring Network, only need to start a quest, you don't need any of the stats required. My Arm's Big Adventure, access to the disease-free herb patch near Trollheim. Making friends with My Arm, access to the disease-free herb patch in Waste. Ghost Ahoy, rewarded with the Ectophile. Ectophile is needed, you can teleport yourself to the herb patch, or at least near the herb patch with Ectophile, which is really great. Morning Ends Part 1, access to Lethia. fruit tree patch, and teleport crystals. Only need to start a quest for the crystal. Enlightened journey, access to balloon transportation, access to Entrana for hop, crafting guild for bush, Towerly for tree, gnome stronghold for fruit tree and tree. Bon Voyage, access to 2 giant seaweed patches in the underwater area of Fossil Island, as well as 3 hardwood patches. Note, it is possible to bypass a slow early levels of farming entirely by doing quests, doing recipe for disaster, goblin generals, and fairy tale part 1 growing pains, then forgettable tale of the drunken dwarf, followed by Garden of Tranquility, and lastly my arms big adventure will net you 19.5k farming experience, level 35 with no farming training required before or between the quests. Recommended items: Amulet of Glory with charges, teleports to Draenor Village for close access to the Falder farming patch. Amulet of Bounty gives a 25% chance of saving seeds when planting in allotment patches only. Magic Secateurs increases yield of allotments, hops and herbs by 10%. Ectophile allows quick and free access to the farming patches northwest of Port Phasmatis. Explorer's Ring and higher. Explorer's Ring 2 and higher, sorry about that, teleports straight to the Falador farming patch. Teleport Crystal, quick access to Lethia fruit tree patch. Farmer's Outfit gives a 2.5 experience boost for every farming action. Ardougne Cloak 1 plus. Cloak 1 and above gives unlimited teleports to Ardougne Monastery. Cloak 2 and 3 gives limited daily teleports to Ardougne farming patch, and Cloak 4 gives unlimited teleports to both. Skills Necklace teleports to the Farming Guild and the Fishing Guild to go to the Ardougne farming patch quicker. Chronicle Books with the teleport cards teleports you to the Champions Guild for Bush and Hop patch. And the last but not least is Herrick's Talisman. Herrick's Glade option teleports you to the northeast of the farming patch in Hasidius. If you don't want to do quests from levels 1 to 15, you will plant potatoes, onions, cabbages and tomatoes. Well, all I can say is that you need to grind to 15 level. I know that's not the most fun part of the skill, but we all have done it and you will need to do it too. So just grind it and plant your vegetables. There are in total 8 allotment patches where you can do the planting: south of Falador, west of Port Phasmatis, north of the Cotterby, north of the Ardougne, southwest corner of Hasidius. Harmony Island requires partial completion of the Great Brain Robbery to use. Farming Guild, Privdina's northeast side the city. But if you just started farming skill, I guess you will stick with only Ardougne, Cotterby and Falador patches. From levels 15 to levels 30 you will be planting oak trees. There are 6 locations where you can plant your trees: Farming Guild, Tree Gnome Stronghold, Towerly, Falador Park, Vara Castle Courtyard, west of Lumbridge Castle. Always protect your trees with a payment to the gardener. This will increase your XP per hour by a lot. For oaks, you will need to pay 1 basket of tomatoes. Growth time for oak tree is 3 hours and 20 minutes, and after harvesting you will get 481.3 experience. From doing oak trees you will be losing around 2.7 GP per XP. From levels 27 you can start planting fruit trees such as apple. There are 6 fruit trees patches around the old school RuneScape: at Farming Guild, Lethia, north of Brimhaven, west of Tree Gnome Maze, east of Catherby, Tree Gnome Stronghold. For apples you will need to pay 9 sweet corns. The growth time is 16 hours. You will get 1272.5 XP every 16 hours from 1 fruit tree, and you will lose around 2 GP per XP, which isn't a lot. This is the best thing. I think this is the best thing. For further training I will explain like this: plant your best tree and your best fruit tree you can, because the better you plant the more GP per XP you lose, but you get a lot of experience. I would stay with willow trees and papaya fruit trees because they are the best for GP per XP. There are a lot of people who want to get this skill very fast, but think as this: once you get 99 you won't train it anymore, or at least you're going for that 200 million, you're just insane person. So enjoy the skill by little and train it with the best efficiency money wise. Well, at least this is how I got my 99 with no money loss. Well, at least not a big one, and I still enjoy that skill. Then it didn't have to break my bank for it. Okay, I said you can make money from farming skill, and I didn't lie. From levels 26 you can start planting I don't know how to pronounce that, Harolander herbs and make your first money from herb runs. There are 9 herb patches located at Ways, Harmony Island, Roof of the Stronghold, Troll Stronghold, southeast corner of the Great Koran, north of Ardone, north of the Kacherby, west of Port Phasmatis, south of Falador, and Farming Guild. The best seed you can plant at the moment is Avanto. For it you will need level 50. All of the herbs grow 80 minutes, so you can set a timer when to harvest them, and that's simple as that. As well, there are a lot of different quest patches, special patches and so on, but I won't talk about them on this video. I will make a part 2 or something because I don't want to make this video very long. I hope you will understand that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And this is it for this 1 to 99 farming guide in old school RuneScape. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, if you enjoyed, subscribe and have a nice day.